James and the Cavaliers were in New York Tuesday to play the Knicks. The NBA superstar can become a free agent in the summer of 2010. So can other top players like Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Some teams have already made moves to free up money to sign a big-name player 2 summers from now. But LeBron James is clearly the guy teams want.
I am flattered that teams or, rumors goes around that, they would love me to be a part of their team. I can't sit up here and say I'm not flattered by that or like the fact that it's happening. But right now I'm with the Cavs.
Would a team in a bigger city like New York or Chicago have an edge over a smaller market team in signing LeBron?
No, that's something that's not a factor. I mean, you look at a guy like Tim Duncan, for instance, who decided to sign short-term deals and decided to take pay cuts to stay in San Antonio to sign guys like Manu and sign guys like Tony Parker, and they won championships. And San Antonio, we all know, is not a big market at all.
But that doesn't mean James would settle for a smaller contract.
Well, I didn't say that. I like the talent part, bringing the talent in, but I didn't say I was taking less.
I have no plans at this point. I've made no plans, so you want to continue to win throughout the postseason. I mean, that's what I geared myself towards, and the fact that it's over right now is definitely a surprise for myself. But I mean, it is what it is. A friend of mine told me today after the game that I guess you have to go through a lot of nightmares before you finally, accomplish your dream, and that's what's going on individually for myself right now.
How much attention do you think that free agent pursuit is going to get over the next few months?
If not all of you covering it, probably times 2, times 10. He's the face of basketball. It's going to be the talk of the summer because everybody's going to be tuned in, but not just him, with D. Wade and Chris Bosh and all the other solid free agents that's going to be available this summer. It's going to be an interesting summer.
Well, I mean, it's the only thing I can think about right now is the season being over. I mean, you have high expectations going into the postseason. You never can predict the future, but at the same time, you hope for things that's much brighter than what's going on right now. So, as an individual, I'm gonna continue to get better throughout the off season, like I always do, and I'll come back a better player next season, and still have the same goals.
The speculation on what happens next has already started. That impresario Jay-Z is recruiting him to play for the Nets, ultimately in Brooklyn. That he can go to New York and save the New York Knicks. That John Calipari might coach LeBron in, of all places, Chicago. That Pat Riley wants him in Miami. That even the Los Angeles Clippers, with all of that salary cap room and some pretty good players, would be a better place for him to pursue a title. And losing like this, the reasoning goes, simply makes it easier for LeBron, now a free agent, to close the first chapter of his career, the Cleveland chapter, and seek the happy ending elsewhere. Most of the responsibility for this failure will fall on LeBron James, because in pro basketball, the buck stops with the superstar. At the head of the class now is LeBron, who will begin next season perhaps in a completely new jersey, and definitely still looking for a championship ring. Still looking for that happy playoff ending, one that a great many basketball observers thought he should have written by now.
But everyone would love to have a LeBron James on their team. He's a free agent, come July 1st, so we're going to try to, after July.
You'll be one of many teams pursuing him.
One of many, and then hopefully, if not, then, I'll still be his friend, and we'll,
Let me just say a couple of things about this.
You'll help me out.
You're a guy. I'm
definitely a guy.
I'm a guy. Now, if LeBron James wants to be a guy, he will stay where he is and not cut the heart out of that city by leaving Cleveland.
Oh. A lot of people from Cleveland.
Yeah, every night we get a couple of bus loads from Cleveland. But you wouldn't do that if you were a player. I mean, Cleveland is in desperate decline, sad but true. And one of the glimmering hopes they have is that LeBron, superstar, world-famous basketball champion, will bring them a championship. Cleveland. It's not even about that.
No, I'm just asking.
No, we're not even on in Cleveland. But you know what I mean? If there's some humanity in this man, you'd do the same. Because you know why? Because you're a guy.
Yeah, but if I was in Brooklyn, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I get your point.
No, you agree with me.
Yeah, but this is
because
this is New York City.
I know it's New York City, but okay. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, he really ought to stay where he is and help the city. He would be a bigger hero that way than if he comes. And what are his chances of winning with the Knicks? 0. What are his chances of winning with the Nets? Not that strong.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Why?
Like I said before, I feel like it's going to give me the best opportunity to win and to win for multiple years. And not only just to win in the regular season or just to win 5 games in a row or 3 games in a row. I want to be able to win championships, and I feel like I can compete down there. I'm looking forward to it. To say it was always in my plans, I can't say it was always in my plans because I never thought it was possible. But the things that the Miami Heat franchise have done to be able to free up cap space and to be able to put themselves in a position this summer to have all 3 of us, you know, it was hard to turn down. I mean, you know, those are 2 great players, 2 of the greatest players that we have in this game today. And, you know, you add me, we're going to be a really good team.
How do you explain this to the people in Cleveland?
I mean, it's heartfelt for me. You know, it's hard to explain, but at the same time, my heart in the 7 years that I've gave to that franchise, to that city, it was everything. I mean, those 20,000 plus fans that came out every night we played, and they seen me grow from an 18-year-old kid to a 25-year-old man, and I never wanted to leave Cleveland, and my heart will always be around that area. But I also feel like this is the greatest challenge for me is to move on. In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
Honestly, I think it was very arrogant, and I think it was a slap in the face to the city who supported him and been behind him since he was in high school. To go on national TV and spit in our face like that was very, very, very wrong. And if you decided that you wanted to go play in Miami, you could have did it in private.
I feel horrible, disappointed. I can't believe that he would do that to Cleveland. I hope he never wins any championships wherever he's at, because he's a loser. He's not a winner. He quit on us at the end of the game in Boston.
He kept us in the dark all the way up to the end. You know, I was sad when I saw those T-shirts yesterday that said, "Please stay LeBron." I mean, what do we look like begging somebody to stay and play for us? You know, if you're going to be here, you're going to be here, and if you're not, then just be gone. But you could have gave us the decency of letting us know before you let the national media know and the world know and embarrass us in the process.
This evening, Dan Gilbert, majority owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, put an open letter on the Cavs webpage to the fans, and it read in part, "I personally guarantee the Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former King wins one. You could take it to the bank. Go to this page. It is an unbelievable read. Included there, it says, the self-declared former King will be taking the curse with him down south. Until he does right by Cleveland and Ohio, James and the town where he plays will unfortunately own this dreaded spell and bad karma.